Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel Tries More. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe to the channel Tries More. Please remember to keep the comment this 957. If you're not subscribed to the channel Tries More, please be sure to hit that bell notification when the channel receives uploads. And part 2 of Donald J. Trump is a big embarrassment to America. And I just think that this is absolutely 100% the case. He is a big embarrassment to America, and it's about time that we actually did something about this. Or the people actually do something about this, because this actually needs to happen. Okay? Okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, he's just a complete idiotic psychopath that's in power. And hey, you gotta remember too, people made, it was a very big voting mistake. Alright, so what did you actually really think? You say, well, Trump only cared about himself. He cared about billionaires and millionaires like himself. Okay? The only thing that he actually cared about is just money. So, yeah, you gotta get that through your head. The holidays, the recent holiday that we actually had was July 4th. And the holidays to come, it's a way for Trump to actually escape all the bad stuff that he's done and actually feel proud for himself. It's like a scapegoating that, and not recognizing that you actually have problems at that time. And you obviously just like taking credit for everything. So, it's like, what is he gonna do bad? Just try to think that this whole thing would just go away for him? All the felonies and all the bad stuff, all the crimes, everything goes away? No, it doesn't. And I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say this. But nobody has the power to undo their past. Nobody does. Alright? Yeah, I'm sorry, but nobody has the power to undo the past. The past is past, and you can't go back. Once you made that action, that becomes your past. Alright, there's no undoing the past, and Trump is going to continue to go down the hill minute by minute. So, you actually just can't really undo your awful past. Like, you wish it could happen. You wish it could happen. But life doesn't work that way, bro. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but you know what? It is what it is. The past, once the past, once you completed a certain action that you've done, that becomes your past, whether good or bad. And your bad actions determine bad pasts. If they are good actions, they will bring you a good past. You choose what past you want to have based off of the action that you want to, by the action that you want to make. Alright? Good passes. Good actions produce good paths, and bad paths or bad actions produce bad passes. Alright, you are in control of your past. If Donald J. Trump had not wanted to have an ugly past like he wanted, or like, if he didn't want to have an ugly past like he really wanted, then he should have thought of how he would be in the beginning. From all of the bad stuff that he's done, well, I'm sorry to say, but he created a bad past for himself. He brought this on himself. Alright? So now he's going to have to pay the consequences whether he likes it or not. Okay? So, guess what? Since Donald J. Trump wanted to be that awful, ugly human being that he wants to be, guess what? Now the ugly past is going to come back and haunt him. And I don't care how much this hurts him. But he's not going to be able to get away with this. What the past is the past. There's no undoing it. If you didn't want to be spending the rest of your life in jail, then I would strongly encourage you to rethought all the actions that you did, all the negative stuff you done, all the raping of Stormy Daniels and the money laundering, all of it, I would simply rethought of everything. I would have rethought everything that has actually gone on. If I didn't want to have a bad past, you know what I would do? I would have never have made those actions in the first place. If I were in Trump's shoes and I'd gone through my whole life, I would have never done those things that Donald J. Trump would have done in the beginning. So I'm sorry to say it, but nobody gets to undo the past. Alright? You know what they say when you go to prison? If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's what they say. That's what they say. And I'm sorry. It's too bad. If you don't like it, too bad. Bad. You don't get a free out of jail free card. It doesn't work like that. Alright. And there's nowhere in this world that you could actually go where you could actually find. There's nowhere in this world where you will ever find a ticket out of jail free card. The only place that you will actually find that is in the game of Monopoly. But no, the game of Monopoly is not in real life. Alright, so if I were you, I would just, I would just, you know, I would have rethought everything. Alright? I would have rethought everything. If I didn't want to have a bad future ahead of me, you know what? I would have thought everything. And you gotta remember too, your past catches up with you. And if you don't really want to, if you don't even want to live with an ugly past, then I would have just thought of every negativity, every negative action that you made. I would have thought like, hey, is this even right? Is this the kind of path that I want to go down? Alright. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is something that I just couldn't live with. Alright? And believe it or not, if I had a bad past, if, let's say that I've gone to jail for the past thing that I've actually done so far, I mean, If I gone, okay, let's put it this way. All the videos that I actually have right now, okay, I have to admit something. Alright, since I, since I haven't, you don't hear any bad stuff, like, you don't hear about any kind of crimes that I do. Like, you don't hear stories about me going out there and shooting somebody with a pistol, or, you know, me going and robbing a bank, or, you know, driving drunk, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, and certainly, and even if I committed any particular crime, like, it doesn't matter what crime it would have been, no, you would hear about it on the news. All the horrible stuff that I've actually done, and that stuff, and you know what? That would be the end of my life right there. Right there. And you know what? That would actually be the end of my YouTube channel. It would be the end of everything. Yeah. And everybody in this world would actually hate me for what it actually turned out to be. And to be honest, that kind of a past and a future is not something that I would actually want. I just couldn't imagine being hated my whole life. Frankly, I just, you know, I couldn't imagine being in Trump's shoes right now. I don't have to, I'm quite thankful that I don't even have to sleep with nightmares every night. Like, I don't dream of demons sucking my blood every night, alright? And luckily, I don't have to live that kind of a life. Because it wasn't, I didn't have an ugly life like Donald J. Trump. Not even to begin with. And yeah, I'm actually not really a filthy, disgusting dirtbag like some of these idiots in this world are. There are a lot of people in life that were actually filthy dirtbags. Bill Cosby, he is a filthy, disgusting human dirtbag, and yeah. Jerry Sandusky, he is a filthy, disgusting dirtbag. Why? Because he was a baseball coach that had sex with little boys. He actually raped little boys. Yeah, and yeah, what does that tell you right there? What did it tell you right there? The man was taken to jail, and he was labeled as a pedophile. Yep. That's the kind of life he chose. Bill Cosby raped 60 women. I think that number's right. And he just knocked him out and then just raped him. Yeah. And guess what? The man was in jail and he just ended up getting out free. Now that monster is, I would imagine he's still going out there and raping women. And he made a speech that said, this is for every black American who has been treated unfairly. And I was like, are you even psychotic? I was like, really, I was like, I would literally just watch this man just make a pathetic fool of himself. And he just obviously wanted to make himself look like an even bigger idiot than he really was. And that stuff. But that's how it goes in America here. There are people that just end up, making themselves look more stupid than they really are. And I'm fine with that. I don't care about other people's lives. I don't care if they want to be filthy, disgusting dirtbags for the rest of their life. I don't care if they want to ruin their future for themselves. And that stuff, it's sad, but, I can't do anything to actually change what they do. Not even the videos. I can't, not even the YouTube video that I make about these things is going to change people's past, because it never will. It never will. I'm not like somebody that has like a magic power that I can undo these things. Okay? It was never meant to happen like that for me. It was never that way. Nobody can undo their past. Or I mean, yes, you can determine what kind of a future you want, but your past, if you've had a very big If you have, like, if you've had an ugly past and you become too comfortable in that comfort zone, then you don't care about the rest. You don't care about having a bad future. You don't care about your past at all. All you just care about is just being a filthy, disgusting dirtbag for the rest of your life. And you know what? That is actually pretty sad. That's actually pretty sad. That you got people in this world that obviously just want to be like that for the rest of their life. And the scary thing is, the last thing I want to do is just ruin their life. Which, I gotta admit, that's pretty sad. If you want to run your life into the ground so bad, if you want to just, if you want to be like those people that just don't have the head screwed on right, then more power to you. Just when you get to prison, bro, and you just rot in your prison cell, don't come blaming me. Don't say that I was. Don't say you didn't say anything. Don't say. Because if a bad future is what you want to be, and a filthy, disgusting human being is what you want to be for the rest of your life, then don't come crying to me. Because you know what? I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to be the one to fix your problems. The only one that can fix anybody's problems is my own. Alright. I control what I do. Alright? Everybody controls. Everybody has my body, my choice. Alright? It's been that way. Okay? So, so you can either face it. You can either face the consequences of your actions, or you can fix them by changing how you want the remaining of your future to actually be like. And that's by making sure that you actually fix yourself. Alright, that is, that's what I have to say on that. Alright, everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. If you wanted to fix your past, now, a lot of people who probably watch my YouTube channel probably already have good pasts, and probably some people have bad pasts. And it's based on the good and bad actions that a lot of you perform. But, you know, negative actions produce bad pasts. Good actions produce bad pasts. And they predict what kind of future you want to have. So, I hope that everybody's made a decision on what they want to do. It's all your choices. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of sick and tired of dealing with people with BS a lot. You know, the crazy stuff and crazy thing that Donald J. Trump actually really does is actually going to continue to run his life into the ground. And with that, I don't care. Because I'm not in his shoes. And you know what? I'm the one that doesn't even have to, well, I'm not in his shoes, so. Luckily, I don't even have to worry about it. Because if I if I were going to have if I were going to have a rotten future ahead of me, then you know what? I would have ruined my life. I would have run it into the ground a long time ago. No, I would just be, if I wanted to be, if I were going to be, you know what, man, I just wanted to be the best that I could actually be. And I wanted to have a good life, so that's the way that I'm going to try to aim for. So, yep. So, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Alright, it's Donald J. Trump. Well, I think we can already see he wants to ruin the rest of his life. I think that's very, very clear. That that is pretty clear. It's very clear, and that stuff. You don't even have to have a. You don't even have to have a crystal ball to actually look at that. You can already tell that the rest of the future is going to be literally garbage. Whatever Donald J. Trump did. That Butler PA shooting did not change him at one bit. Now, the opinion of other people can be like, oh, that did change him. No, it didn't. It did not. You know what that shooter did? Obviously, it should have been like the one motive that that the shooter might have had. The shooter might have had a desire to hate Donald J. Trump. And he probably just had a desire to actually kill the man. Because maybe he was just, sick of Donald J. Trump just living. Maybe somebody ordered an assassination of Donald J. Trump. Maybe that could have been it. Maybe that was it. Alright. But I don't even know. There are people that just predict they know what they're going to do, and they know You gotta remember, bad actions determine consequences, bad futures, and bad pasts, or you can either perform good actions, which will produce good futures and good pasts. You're the one that makes up that what you want to do. If you're like, oh, the one goal in life that I want to do, that I want to be the filthy, disgusting dirtbag that I possibly can in my life, and that stuff. And if that's the attitude that you have, then I don't know what to say. If you want to run your life into the ground, man, you know what? I could just say that, wow, oh, sucks to be you. If that's what you want to do in your life, then go ahead. But if you want to have a good path and do make good actions that will define you as a good person and define what kind of a path you want to have, a good past, then you're going to be better off having a good past than a bad future and a bad past. Because bad pasts, let me tell you, if you commit a crime, your future is jail. And that's where people go when they want to have a bad future ahead of them. And ruin their life. Run their life into the ground. But, you know, that's for everybody else to decide. I can't make the decision for you. It's always been that way. And will always be that way. Okay? But as for Donald J. Trump, we can already see what kind of a life he wants to have for the rest of his life. And trust me, I will be just surprised to watch people just write these books about Donald J. Trump's rotten life. And he would just be, you know, a very unhappy, disgusting human being. An unhappy man that was never happy one bit in his life. He just was so unhappy, he decided that it's better just run his life into the ground. So, Yes. So, there you have it. There you have it. All the crimes that he's done in the beginning, it was all designed to do one thing, and to get himself into even more trouble as time goes on, and the more actions, or the more negative actions that he does in the future of Donald J. Trump, that is going to just run his life into the ground. And he's going to leave behind an ugly past of an ugly human being, an ugly, unhappy man who wanted to do the last thing that he wanted to do, was just run his life into the ground. What a pathetic man that we actually have that is in the Oval Office right now as I'm making this video, who is in the House, the Oval Office, as I'm making this video. Now, I mean, not as I'm making this video, but, you know, at the time that I've made this recording, the more that he's in the Oval Office, the more stupidity he's going to make, and he's going to make himself look like a bigger idiot than he really is. And when he kicks and screams because he doesn't want to leave, because he's getting his orange suit for prison and going to New York and having to pay for his crimes, and he doesn't want to live the rest of his life in jail. Well, I said too bad. Because if you don't want to do time, don't do the crime. Yeah. It was all due to your bad past of the raping of Stormy Daniels and the money laundering. If that never happened in the first place, then you wouldn't have had to. No, if you didn't do the crime, then you wouldn't have to deal with the time. But you did. So, have fun in jail. You'll be having fun rotting in your prison cell when you actually get there. And hopefully, America will actually look at Donald J. Trump. Hey, this guy was an idiot. You think they would probably look at Vivek Ramaswamy? Probably like the same way. Not that Ramaswamy is going to get himself into some serious trouble with the law. Still, I think Vivek Ramaswamy would actually make some very, very horrible decisions as President of the United States. That's what I have to say on that. And guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I said here, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel to try more. Again, please remember to keep your comments decent, not offensive. And, well, I guess Donald J. Trump is going to run the rest of his life into the ground. This is Charles Moore. Have a good day. I will see you all in my next video.